The chapter starts as we see Lin Mo Yu has arrived to the fortress. We see a sort of lion dude, and he's a lion archer, and he has a bow on his back, and this guy is a desert lion archer, and yeah, it's just funny seeing a lion really just standing up like this. We see another lion swing some of his spears or a sword, and he is a desert lion warrior, and he is a level 28 monster, and he's also classified as an extremely strong elite monster. We see three of them, and oh gosh, this is just a dangerous trio, the Three Stooges, and Lin Mo Yu mentions how they're moving information, so it seems he won't be able to use a tactic that he did with the Oasis monsters. And yes guys, we see Lin Mo Yu holding his awesome scythe from last chapter, and our boy is just chilling, and yeah, he literally has his hands in his pocket, guys. Like, I don't think Lin Mo Yu has even tried one bit. He says, "Summon Hero General." And guys, this monster right here reminds me of Icarus from Solo Leveling. Let me know if you guys agree. And he has a skill, Military Influence, and this guy is super scary. He summons more of his soldiers, and of course his Hero General tells them, go and attack, and they will be led by the General. He points his scythe towards the battlefield. And gosh, Lin Mo Yu just really is just so cool, guys. Oh my gosh. We see the rest of the skeletons, and they seem to be in rage mode, and the lions are ready to attack. They launch 100 arrows, and it is headed towards Lin Mo Yu skeletons. But to no effect, because of course, our boys are literally skeletons. The lions are super afraid, and Lin Mo Yu mentions how it really is a pity that their bodies are inside the castle, so he can't use corpse explosion, because if he does, then he won't be able to get in. He says, I had fun with you guys, and Lin Mo Yu is just here casually looking so cool. We see the Hero General again here, and guys, this guy literally looks bloodlusted to the maximum, and he looks leagues ahead above the other summons. He uses Rage Strike, and yeah, pretty much it's GG for those entire lions. We see he is in front of the gate, and he tells his mages to focus and concentrate on destroying it, as we see the fire and the ice head towards the gate. He then begins to ponder like he's the thinker, and he says this is truly a large dungeon, and the party would have to work together and find different ways to open the gate and to meet the final boss. But he just gives a really weird smile, and he gives a grin because he knows that all the troubles with this mechanism is taken into account that all of the team members are not strong enough. And so, he tells his skeletons to of course put all of the lion bodies in front of the gate and stack it on top of each other. And now he uses corpse explosion, and boom, of course the gate explodes, and he's just there with a scythe on his shoulder, and his Hero General is just there being very mysterious. We then see the lion sitting on his throne with a very cool halo around his back. And guys, this lion looks like he's gonna be a lot of trouble. This is a lion tyrant. He is a world level leader, a level 31, with strength of 13,000, agility 8k, spirit 4k, physique 12,000, and he has hell roar, furry pounce, and revolving storm. And yeah, this guy just really seems like another type of beast. Lin Mo Yu stares at him and wonders, so this is a world level boss, huh? He mentions alone that his aura is way different from the other bosses he has faced. We see the lion stand up, and he gives a very menacing look, and it's not the one of Riz, but rather of death. Guys, Lin Mo Yu is standing right below this guy, and Lin Mo Yu is literally just an ant. I thought the lion was way smaller than he would be, but still, for Lin Mo Yu to be like literally an ant against this guy, it just is really crazy. The lion tyrant just jumps up to the air and uses Fury Pounce. As we see, it is going up against his silver grade skeleton warriors, and all their attributes such as strength, agility, spirit, physique are only at 4,000, and yeah, as you expected, they literally get swept away, as we see that 2 of his skeleton warriors have died. We see the lion put some sort of red flame on his hand, and of course, the lion uses Thunderbolt to stop their efforts, and they even try to use Paralyze, but it is of no use, as of course, he just throws it all away. The lion looks way more furious as he has his weapon in his hand. He uses Revolving Storm, and it seems like some sort of tornado, and yeah, all of Lin Mo Yu's summons are literally put into a McFlurry from McDonald's, and they're just sent flying. And guys, 24 of the skeleton warriors have died now, and that's probably the most Lin Mo Yu has ever lost in a dungeon. Lin Mo Yu covers his face, as he is in awe of the lion tyrant's immense strength. He mentions how even night professionals won't be able to withstand one of his attacks, and so he needs to stop him ASAP. He launches his red chains towards him, But then, as a lion is covered in these red shackles, it just uses Hell Roar, and using Hell Roar kills 14 of the skeletons. And wow, this lion, I don't know guys, it's not looking good for Lin Mo Yu. Lin Mo Yu mentions how his skeleton armor can't even last 2 seconds as we see it break here. As we see the lion already jump up to the air with his 2 axes in his hand, and he uses fury pelts and his eyes are so red guys, yeah. I hope Lin Mo Yu doesn't just get wrecked by this. He jumps on top of Lin Mo Yu, and Lin Mo Yu mentions how he's not that scared though because he has damage transfer on, but still, if he hesitates for a single moment, all of his warriors will be left out. He then puts his hand up to the air and uses Soul Blaze on the lion, and he sees there is a chance now after the lion comes crashing to the ground. The lion then begins to get up, but of course his mages have already sent their attacks towards him. He just slashes them all apart, and 4 skeleton warriors have died, and the lion tyrant seems even more furious than like 10 seconds ago. Lin Mo Yu puts out both hands and none of his hands are in his pockets now, and this symbolizes that yes, our boy Lin Mo Yu has gotten serious. He says if he can't stop it with the Soul Blaze, he would have to do something else. He also mentions how if he didn't even level up his mages, he would have died right at that moment. And so 20 minutes later, Flame Burst, Tornado, Ice Storm, Thunderbolt. The lion used all of this, but finally, after hours of Lin Mo Yu's strength being poured out into this fight, it finally falls down as we see his hand. And he literally just trips, just kidding guys, he just falls down with great respect. Lin Mo Yu then says, I approve of you, and he has both of his hands in his pockets now. And yeah, Lin Mo Yu approving a villain, yeah, that's a pretty good accomplishment to die by guys. We see killed Lion Tyrant, he gained 2 million XP. Guys, he gained 2 million XP, that is absolutely crazy. He obtained the gold grade weapon, the Tyrant Battle Axe, the gold grade weapon, the Tyrant Sword, as well as the Tyrant Staff, which is also a gold grade weapon. Of course, he obtains a Tyrant Heart, which has a drop rate cooldown of an entire year, which is way too long. And we also find out that it is a very unique item, and it is essential in making the Tyrant's Necklace, and the chapter comes to a very satisfying end. Of course guys, Lin Mo Yu levels up once again, and he just looks back and acts all dumb like, wait, I just leveled up? Yeah, this guy is just way too cool, and his coolness is off the charts. He then plays with his hair like he's some sort of model. This guy thinks he's Patrick Bateman or something, and he says, I totally forgot I was level 20 while fighting the boss. Yeah, this dude is just a show off now. He then is kind of shocked though, after finding out that his skeleton mages also leveled up as well. He said if he fully learns the skills, he wonders if they'll level up as well as him. He says if that's the case, then of course he's just gonna max out his skills like this is solo leveling to the max. He says this while looking at the dead Lion Tyrant, and of course he says, although it's going to get heavier and harder to level up from now on, if I don't max out my skills. Now he got the heart and we are back into the dungeon hall, and we hear 6 bells, and everybody mentions how wait, this is such a rare occurrence. They wonder who it is because this means that a new record has been set in this large dungeon as you see all the people waiting, looking at these mysterious floating crystal balls or something. I'm never going to find out what these are, guys. Anyway, they say, who is it? And then we see some dude named Bai Li Sheng, who is a grandson of the Bai Li Academy's headmaster. And he says, let's go. It was said by our Bai Li Academy. And then he says, I remember Lin Mo Yu went into, could it be him? As somebody says that in the crowd. Of course, he then gives a very confused look. He's like, what the heck? What kind of academy does he go to? And what party does he belong as well? Of course, Bai Li Sheng really is a doubter, and he doesn't know how strong our boy Lin Mo Yu is. He says, I can't believe there'd be somebody who dared to compete with us. Somebody then whispers in his ear, boss, Lin Mo Yu is, and I'm guessing he said that he is a solo leveling, sorry guys, he is a solo ranking up monster and solo clearer. And then Bai Li Sheng begins to laugh until his stomach hurts, and he even punches himself, saying, you said he really went in alone? Come on dude, you really don't know what you're talking about. Then some of the people on the crowd say, this dude must not know who our boy Lin Mo Yu the GOAT is. He already set new records for 2 dungeons. And Bai Li Sheng just mentions he's at most level 20, and a large dungeon is simply not able to be cleared like that. We see a notification pop up. Tyrant's Heart has spawned. The cooldown is a whole year, and oh gosh, everybody in the crowd is just astonished and they mentioned that this means that if you don't kill the tyrant within an hour, the tyrant's heart won't be dropped. So that means Lin Mo Yu just killed the boss tyrant in just 1 hour. Of course, Bai Li Sheng really looks like somebody straight out of Lookism, like a bully, like your old grandpa, like an old uncle. I'm gonna stop roasting this guy. Anyway, he says, not only did we set a new record, we also got the tyrant's heart. We see a new record has been set in the large dungeon. Tyrant Desert Lin Mo Yu, level 21, 14 hours and 11 minutes with 43 seconds. Everybody is shocked, as well as Bai Li Sheng, and his expression turned even uglier as he begins to sweat, saying, Lin Mo Yu? Lin Mo Yu then walks out of the dungeon, and everybody's jaw drops and they give him $1 billion. I'm just kidding, guys. But they are all shocked to see that it was actually him, and that he managed to solo it, and even set a new record for the Bai Li Academy, and this is simply unheard of. He then sees Bai Li Sheng, and guys, am I right, or Bai Li Sheng just aged like 20 years in 2 panels? And he mentions, are you Lin Mo Yu? Lin Mo Yu just ignores him like an absolute Chad and says, I'm busy. And yeah, guys, let's be more like Lin Mo Yu and just be the bigger person and the Sigma male. Everybody is like, wait, he just really embarrassed the headmaster's son. And they mention how this dude is definitely going to be on the front headlines tomorrow. Everybody on the grounds of the city hall mentioned that this guy's already level 21 when he entered at level 20. And they mentioned that this is extremely terrifying and absolutely unheard of in the history of the academy, and they are very scared now and very curious if this is a true strength of the Necromancer class. We see Bai Yuan, and of course he seems kind of drowsy, so I'm guessing he just took a nap because he's probably really lazy now that he's this strong. But he sees a hologram pop up on his Apple Watch, and of course it is Lin Mo Yu. He asks Lin Mo Yu if he couldn't find a party, to which Lin Mo Yu just responds, I have obtained the heart of the tyrant. Of course, Bai Li then says, okay, I'll look for some new team members for you. But then, his expression goes south when he says, wait, did I just hear that right? Did you really just obtain the tyrant's heart? To which Lin Mo Yu says, Roger, affirmative, and yeah, I really did, bro, or sir. Of course, Bai Yuan is in shock by this, and he mentions, didn't I just give him this task? There's no way he managed to get it. And of course, Bai Yuan tells him, where are you right now? To which Lin Mo Yu is currently located by the dormitory, and while he gets a notification saying that he's set a new record for the Tyrant Desert, he has also obtained 5,000 points and 30 contribution points, but of course, he's kind of sad that he did get more contribution points. He suddenly gets teleported somewhere, and of course, he is with Lord Bai Yuan, and he meets Mr. Meng, who is sitting down by a coffee table having a drink. He bows down to Lord Meng Anwen, who is the Divine Level Formation Master, and Bai Yuan says there's no need for formalities because, of course, this guy, Meng Anwen, is a very easygoing person. And assuming he's probably one of the strongest in the series, I'm sure I know why he would be very easygoing. Bai Yuan then tells Lin Mo Yu to bring out the tyrant's heart as they are gathered around the table having a drink. He then whips it out, and of course, even Anwen is super surprised by this. And Bai Yuan says, you really solo cleared it this time as well. He says, yeah bro, or yeah sir, and Bai Yuan asks him how many times or how long did it take. And of course Lin Mo Yu replies, 14 hours, that's how long it took me. And Bai Yuan just looks at Meng Anwen, and our boy is like, yo old man, did you really just hear this? Of course Meng Anwen says, hey old Bai, you gotta keep your word now. And Lord Bai tosses something to Lin Mo Yu while the tyrant's heart is in the center of this round table. And yes guys, Lin Mo Yu has it in his hand. Within his grasp is the cooldown talisman, and now he'll be able to go to more dungeons even quicker. Lord Bai then asks, are you really that in a rush to go to the creation seminary? And Lin Mo Yu says affirmative, and he also needs a lot of contribution score, because setting 3 records gives him 90 contribution scores, and he needs 1,000, which is way more than he had expected. Of course, he asks Lord Bai if he can use this in the Yuan battlefield, and Lord Bai says, yeah, you can do whatever you want, but are you willing to accept this task? Lin Mo Yu says yes, and he also has the image, of course, his summons behind him, and our boy Lin Mo Yu is feeling a little pretty optimistic, and I can see why, and it is a great day because our boy Lin Mo Yu just got the cooldown talisman. So next chapter guys, next video, you'll definitely expect this guy to be level 1 million. They both stand up, and of course, Lord Bai tells him, you should go and rest, and he'll send you to the battlefield once the opening ceremony tomorrow is over. And yes, just like that, Lin Mo Yu secured the bag. Lord Ming and Wen then asks Lord Bai, are you really sure for him to go at such an early point? And Lord Bai just folds his arms and says, you've already seen that he soloed an entire large dungeon, and although he's level 20, his skill far exceeds those who have even evolved in their own professions. And to go there earlier is better than for waiting for the cream to rise to the top, but I think our boy Lin Mo Yu is already at the top. Ming and Wen then says, as he has an image of some sort of fiery monster behind him, that you didn't tell him that humanity's greatest enemy is there as well. Well, I don't know about humanity's greatest enemy besides ourselves, but I know that your guys' greatest enemy is the cliffhanger that just happened. You guys have reached the end. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to comment down, Dragon, if you made it this far, and also check out this manhwa recap because I guarantee you guys will absolutely enjoy this as well. I hope you guys have a good day, and without further ado, I'll catch you guys in the next recap.